Hello everybody and welcome back to a new playthrough we're going to be doing in the EU4 Anbennar mod. Today, as you can tell, we are playing in the Rahen subcontinent here on the Haless Build. As you can see, we have a ton of new nations over here that aren't completely fleshed out yet, but trust me, they're working on it and it's exciting to be playing in this region. I was thinking if I'm playing in Rahen, I might as well incorporate what's going on in the east over here and not China. So I was trying to decide on whether or not to play Haga or down here in the Raj itself, and it seems like I'm going to be sticking with this. And there's a lot to go over in the start here, because this is a completely different start from what we're used to. I mean, in this mod we started off exploring in Ascan as a Denica and exploring the old new world as Rahen Khan, formerly the Jaharian Exemplars. Now we are in Rahen. As you can see, culture-wise, we have 4 different cultures. We have Upper Raheni, Middle Raheni, and Lower Raheni. These are basically just humans. And then you have the Royal Harimari, which we are going to be playing as. Pure Harimari down here in the jungle. What they are a sort of tiger-like sentient people that walk on 2 legs and have claws and have stripes and are part of Harimar. As you can see, this is the area of Harimar's cradle, which I assume is like I don't really know much about the lore, but it's like a previous ruler of the Harem Raj over here. And as you can tell, everything has Raj at the end, so it's very not India inspired. Yeah, it's where the remnants of Harimar's legacy, and we will go through our country. There's just a lot to go through. So right now we are Senapti Bernayar of the Crouching Shadow. Crouching Shadows are dynasty. We're kind-hearted. 43 years old. We are Senapti, which is part of the Raj governments, a subject of the Raja that has received extra rights and privileges, including tax exemptions and expanded military grants. In exchange for aiding their overlord in his military ventures, the monarch also fulfills military and administrative functions in his province. Gives us some bonuses here. And the Raj itself, led by the... what is that? Deni Yanraj, something like that. Deni Yanraj, is a giant shogunate in a way. Sort of these Raheni states. And as you can tell, Haga and these states up here aren't a part of it, so it's kind of interesting dynamic. And of course, further in the north, you have the Command, which are a group of hobgoblins that worship the god lost, it seems, which is like a terrifying scourge from the north. But over here in the Harimari jungles, we're fine. We'll have to find our own way. So that's our government. We are Royal Harimari, so we do have a different administration and military. Administration-wise, we have tech costs increase, idea costs goes down, income from vassals, yearly corruption kind of sucks, vassal force limit contributions pretty okay, max promoted cultures is fine, the institution spread and ship trade power hurts, but we do start off with a base 5% admin efficiency for our administration, which is really, really nice. And the Harimari military, as you would expect, very, very military focused. We hate navies. Love that infantry combat ability. We're very prestigious. Supply limit goes down, which kind of hurts because we are in a ton of jungles. And a lot of these southern provinces are tropical and arid and the like. So like some of these supply limits are already just 8, which is insane to think about, especially since we own it. We do have increased movement speed, we do get more army tradition. Minus 20% fire damage, but we do get 20% shock damage done, and minus 10% received, which is even better for the early game. Because we are a giant tiger people, what is a small human gonna do about that? That's why they are lower than us, and they part of the caste system. As you can see, yeah, we are under the Deni Yanraj. Economy's kind of doo-doo at the moment. Most of our provinces are under 10 dev. Our capital is 10, but barely. Mostly manpower focused down here. Or should I say Harimar powered. Trade not doing that well either. We are in the Gulf of Rahen, which I guess we could transfer from here and here. Aramar the Night Fury and Dubavar the Magnanimous. Glorious names. So yeah, with our terrible economy, we're obviously not going to get Advisor, which hurts. But I am going to focus on military. Because we need to start expanding. We do start on Tech 3 and everything, which is fine. We do have the Harimari Lord ideas, which is tradition-wise 10% morale of armies and 2 tolerance of the true faith. Ends off with 10% fort maintenance, which is pretty meh. And I'll go through these once we get to it in the actual idea groups. We do have our own special mission trees as well, which is another thing about Rahen. It's pretty fleshed out mission tree-wise and formidable nation-wise. Most of the Harimari lords have their own mission tree, along with these tribes over here, the Gankeden tribes. It's not that massive, but it'll take us through most of the game here. Pretty interesting, especially somehow becoming Raja. I wonder how that works. Do have our own decisions. Of course, we can change our racial military and have our tolerance pop up. Only us is integrated. For some reason, we don't accept humans, even though they're part of the caste system. Or I guess we don't. Yeah, we don't have any at all. We do have some down here. They're coexisting. I'll probably update once I start the game. We can request a Raj mandate. We're part of the Raj has the ability to speak out their mandates for us, their subjects, with the backing of the ministries. The Raja, however, is very busy, so we sometimes should approach. There you go, if there's any devs looking at this. Minor grammar error. Ask them to heed our needs, but by doing so, we do acknowledge their authority. Can form Van Rahar, unite the Haram Raj, unite the southern cities. So we already have 3 different formidable nations we can go for. And it seems like Van Rahar is going to be our first one we're going to go for. Apparently we get new missions with that. Stability-wise, just base game stuff over here. And our religion, we do have the High Philosophy. Gives us stab cost minus 20% and 10% more reform progress growth, which is pretty nice. And it's the High Philosophy, which is a religion that centers around the replication of the life of the ancient high gods as the Harimari found in the ancient temples scattered throughout Haless. They use the reliefs in these ancient temples as a backbone of how society should be structured and how one should live their life. However, different philosophers had different impressions of what reliefs meant, and so different schools of thought arose. Often these revolve around some sort of caste system, which has been part of Raheni society since ancient times. We do have that +2 tolerance due to our traditions there. We follow the Unbroken Claw. School of the Unbroken Claw sees the many spread structures of the high gods, and has reasoned that they must have overpowered the creatures of primordial darkness to build their ancient temples. So in order to be like the high gods, one must also be able to stand strong and banish the creatures that oppose your will and prosperity. So we get 10% shock damage, stacks nicely with our Harimari stuff. Monthly war exhaustion goes down as well. So as you can tell, it has the whole scholar mechanic of, if I remember, it was like Muslim-based religions in the base game. So you have to get a certain amount of opinion and be allied or the overlord of certain people. And you can choose all these different ones like Starry Eye, Radiant Sun, the Orange Sash, Golden Palace, Silk Turban, and the Ascendant Soul. And of course, we do have our own special troops here. The Harimari's Foot Soldier, who is actually amazing for a Tech 1 troop. Bigger, faster, and stronger than almost all other intelligent species, the Harimari Foot Soldiers were well suited to the physical demands of the pre-gunpowder battlefield. We also have Harimari Chargers. There were little reason for early Harimari armies to make use of mounted cavalry, as the Harimari race retained the ability to sprint quadrupedally. I know what that means. Even as they evolved to stand upright, rather than a traditional mounted regiment, a segment of the force was comprised of designated chargers who would attack enemy flanks with all the raw predatory prowess of a tiger. So basically they're just go on all fours and just go beast mode. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we have decent starting troops with a ton of shock pips, which is going to be really good. And we are under the Denijan Raj. Apparently a little too upset, but that's fine. And let's get all this figured out. Obviously, I mean, I'm just going to do that, even though we're not going to pick any advisors. Would like some more manpower as well. Merchant guilds. And I do see that we have a special one down here, which we can look at soon, before I get all these. Monopoly on slaves, huh? So we do have the ministries. This estate represents the administrators of the ministries of the Raj, traditionally settled in the court in Denijansar, which is their capital. Whoops. They manage the empire's vast bureaucracy. In turn, they are also sent out to the provinces to manage local tasks alongside the Prabhya and Synapsia. So we get Raj Cohesion, which is now 30%. So, okay, it is a form of, like, a daimyo, like, you know. And, it's... Apparently, if it's over 80%, there can be no wars within the Raj without the Raj's permission. The Raja can add new countries to the Raj, and subjects can now be integrated. And if it's below 20%, the Raj starts losing subjects on its border with high liberty desire. Ooh. We get +2 national unrest from that? Really? Yeah, okay. Huh. Interesting. What can I do with it? More advisor costs. Ooh, that seems pretty good. Delegate territorial management. Dev costs, governing capacity. Might do that. That might be good as well. Okay. Actually, let's start the game and get it rolling. Why not? Let's start getting buddy-buddy with our main one here. And obviously, we can start allying people as well. Let's see what we can get friend-wise. Don't want to get anyone too close. Maybe someone like you over here looks nice. We also got the sword hunt from our overlord. So it makes us lose manpower and a lance force limit -2, which actually helps us get our mission for establishing strength. So our strength got reduced, and now we can establish it. Awesome. Our land is old and ancient, home of the great Harimari warriors of yore, that establish an army that echoes this greatness and get ready to show the world what it means to be Harimari. So you get a permanent claims on a lot of places. Let's go check that out real quick. Basically, this area, and this area as well. Guess I'll declare war on Tujgal soon. Let's also protect our trade or hunt pirates down here. Because there are a couple like pirate nations down here to the east. So I think you are something, or you have it in your ideas. Yeah, so there's a bunch of like pirates over here in Haless. Yeah, they just rivaled us. Let's get you as well. I'm not really sure who to ally, but we are the big cat over here. We could even declare war. Where are you at? Tahina. Sure, why not? Funny enough, this guy is allied or ally we have over here in what? Gavagun Dakan. It's something like that. Fair enough. Let's see how good our leader is. Pretty decent. Yeah, as I said, we're not making that much money. It'll be fine. We could just declare war on you, now that Sitarbull won't join. We do have our own special CB in the Raj here, the Raj Wars. We'll seize their holdings. Just halves aggressive expansion, and just 100% of everything else. Which I might as well just do now. Yeah, okay. Where's your military at? It's so weird, because since we're all vassals, everyone's blue. So I'm like, are you guys all friends or something? Here, come here. Seems like whoever raided us when we were hunting pirates, so it did nothing. So we can use our navy. Looks like people aren't going to be able to move through either. So I'll take a nice easy war to start this off. Getting some cash along the way. Might want to ally you soon. But it's pretty interesting. While this war's going on, I will take a little bit of a look around. If there's any Haless nations you guys want to recommend to me, please do so in the comments. Because I will probably do a playthrough of that alongside this one. Unless it's going to be updated very soon. Not really sure. But I do know, like, Kanhei over here with the whole Wulin and, like, One Jia stuff. Which is another, like, daimyo shogunate over here as well. It seems like, I guess maybe they put that in to protect everybody against the command. The big bad command up here. Because they are big and bad. They're lacking manpower right now because it seems like they got a revolt going. But they do get up to like 80k or so troops. Can't really check right now. And they do have their own subjects too. It's pretty scary. As you can tell though, it's pretty easy wars. And it seems like the opposite of like the Empire. Like base EU4, where provinces are like twice as expensive to conquer. It's, well, for like aggressive expansion, which is actually very surprising. So I'm wondering if I could move all these guys. And let's see. Get enough war score to pop these guys out of the war, which we can. Cannot. Wonder if I move you down, it'll be enough. Oh, it's got the House of the Shining Fang, the Union of Bernayar and Shurmir. We got a 155. Perfect. Let's name it Ravenar. First Harimari heir of our country. It's a little beautiful tiger cub. Average claim, 0-year-old. Beautiful. Let's test out how amazing these troops are. Just kidding, they're running away. Oh. Goodbye. Yeah, we don't need your war reps, just peace out. We're at 86%, so this war is pretty much over. And we do have to watch out for a Bavari over here. Because they do look small, but they have a ton of money. I usually see that in a lot of my playthroughs in this mod. Tons of money. Look at that. Probably want to get a advisor. Yeah, that'll be good. Do have a low crown land. Let's go for this. They want us to fire this guy, which can be pretty easy to do. I want to seize land. Just showed up my capital, which is fine. Got a decent trait. Stacks nicely with all our other modifiers. And all we have to do is fire him. Now we can hire this guy instead. 5% power cost is going to be very helpful for us. Yeah, we could go for you. So who's next on the chopping block? Guess Umdaj over here. Let's take a quick look over here in the east. Interesting stuff. Who would join? Kieran and you. You're not at war at the moment, so this will be pretty easy. Let's go for it after we're done getting these. Gonna turn up the autonomy. But it's a very interesting nation. It's completely different than what we usually play. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't take Rajnat Haga. Look at that. Already getting attacked by the command, because they're taking on Kadas Rapport over here. So they're going to be continuously moving from the north. Oh. Looks like you just expanded right next to me. Kind of want to take it. He doesn't have that many troops. And you're all the way over there, so we could just opportunist that. Yeah, just catch them. Most of them, actually. Spread out this way. We're barely gonna have enough troops to take that capital for. Stay there, goofball. And I wonder what we could take with the Raj Mandate. Let's check that out real quick. The Raj is run by the ministries, who administer the day-to-day runnings of the empire. They also write out writs of favor, grants, and special rights. At the top of the ministerial apparatus sits the Raja, whose word is enough to change the fate of any within their control. The Raja does not often make pronouncements, but their so-called mandates can be a great boon or curse to those they are pronounced to. Perhaps we can prostrate ourselves before the authority and request a favorable pronouncement. So we can ask them for protection. This makes it so other Prabhi and Senapti cannot declare war on us, but I will take a stab hit if I declare war, so I'll obviously not take it. We can take 10% less aggressive expansion, and we can declare war while the Raj cohesion's high for one time. Ask the Raja to grant our autonomy, which makes it so we can't get annexed. Don't have to worry about that now. Ask the Raja for the right to expand our armory, and for crowns we can get land force limit and 5% discipline. Not bad. Ask the Raja to provide education, lose some crowns, get idea costs going down. Not bad. And ask the Raja to secure our title as Senapti, and we cannot become a Prabhi. Don't know how much of a problem that's going to be, but maybe I'll have to worry about that later on. I wouldn't like to lose that, but okay. Pretty interesting stuff to learn about. Actually kind of glad that our leader has a siege pip. I'm actually very surprised. And you can siege down our land, but that's fine. Just gotta take this capital. And it's quite interesting, because Harimari being integrated gives attrition for enemies. Mixed with, like, tropical and jungle stuff. Oh, what the hell? Who are you? Oh, it seems like someone else is dogpiling in. Thank you, sire! Now we're all supposed to be sticking together here, but you just wiped out that army for me. We can actually invite a scholar from the Golden Palace. Scholars of the Golden Palace have come to the conclusion that the ancient gods lived by a rigid system of castes that allowed them prosperity for all within each caste. They promote the thought that one's adherence to their caste can find prosperity, and their spirit will pass on to a life in a higher caste, eventually becoming enlightened and joining the high gods themselves. Are we getting that because... Okay, so it's the Deni Hyunraj that's like that. Alright. I probably will take it. Yeah, you know what? It's for 20 years. I can take it. So now we get both. Small tax increase. National unrest -2 is always amazing. Muy bueno. So I don't mind it that much. Looks like the Deni Hyunraj is having the Peasants' War. Probably should be making spy networks on all these fools if I'm not doing anything else with them. Probably one here and here as well. Take you off. Helps us with siege progress and stuff like that. And I wouldn't mind getting some of these small, good cities. Oh, okay. So this guy's protected because he took the mandate. Alright. Good for you, sir. It's just you up here that's at war with us. Rapid development due to humans. Actually, I wouldn't mind spending some money to get more dev. And Farane over here. So it's 7 dev going up to 9 dev, and both of them were in manpower. Oh my gosh. Really, game? Oh well. That's fine though. Who doesn't love manpower? I am going to step off some troops so we don't take too much attrition. Always gotta stay cautious though. Actually, he does have troops down here we can wipe out some war score. Nope, looks like they took care of it. Is that enough? No. Honestly, if you're an OPM and you have no troops and I'm sieged down your capital, you should just be low enthusiasm, you know? It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I will just take your money. Local Harimari robs human of his lunch money. Not really local though, I'm like half a continent away. You can grab the next tech for military, which is definitely going to put us ahead here. All that infantry shock we're going to be getting. And I'm definitely going to get rid of this fort too. Can't afford it. Yeah, there you go. Now we're making money. Good stuff. Since he's going to be disappearing soon, I'll switch over my spy network to him. And there we go. Can't take your land, so I'll take your money. Steer trade, I guess. Sure, why not? Boom. Let's come on home to our new land. Soon to be new land. And there we go. It's actually a ton of AE, but it is really decent land, so I'll take it. There we go. Just like that, we got our own fort down here, a ton of dev. 9 dev, 19 dev, and 16 dev. No wonder it was so expensive. That's really going to be helping us out, though, with our economy. So to say, holy crap, we're making 141 ducats a month. But no. We're gonna have to core all this as well. We want to get Shenral. And I think with all these conquests, I'm going to end this first episode here. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next time.